All right, Shalom. First of all, giving all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, peace, and blessing to all you hopeful elect brothers out there that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. I'm the brother not by Ayashi, the GMS Indianapolis camp. Come with another episode to get your mind right. Today we're going to be dealing with integration was a mistake. All right? Because as you see what's going on in the world today, especially here in America, the hotbed of the world news right now, with all this protests and marching and trying to get equal rights and fight for civil rights and all this nonsense, the worst thing you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, you children of Israel could ever did was what? Get integrated with these heathens, man. That's why the Lord always separated us from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Because why? Like he tells us in Jeremiah 10:2, learn not the ways of the heathen, man. We're not supposed to be like these heathens. We're not supposed to be like these Edomites or Elamites or Ishmaelites or Moabites or Ammonites or Hamites or Japhites. You see what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be like these people, man. We're supposed to be separate. Scripture tells us to be holy. Holy means what? Separate. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it in this worldly dictionary. Look this word up right quick through the spirit, man. Let's see if I can find it in this Webster's dictionary I got right quick. Because you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you steady getting gunned down, you steady getting beat up, you steady getting humiliated just to try to rub elbows and be considered equal with your oppressor, with your enemy, with these Edomites, man. And the Lord never meant for Israel to be integrated with our enemies, man. Yeah, we were sent over here for punishment, but we still supposed to be separate, man. But instead, you want to be friends with your enemy. Matter of fact, the word holy means holiday, hallow. It's only one L. Well, oh, here we go. Holy. I'm going to say, I know that you have it. Holy. It says, worthy of absolute devotion, sacred, having a divine quality, hallowed, blessed, sanctified. See, that's it. That's all you have for holy. Let's see here. Yeah, that's all you got, to be sanctified, but really it's to be separate. Let me see. I don't have my other dictionary. Let's see. That's okay. Oh, let me see. Where's my Zondervan? I think my Zondervan is in my, what's this? Bear with me 1 second. All right, Salaki, I had to find my Zondervan right quick. I knew it was on my bookshelf. I had to find it right quick. All right, look at the word holy. The word holy means, let me see. They don't even have it in the Zondervan. Yep. They don't even have it in the Zondervan. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the YAHAWASHI. Here we go. It says holiness, holy. Usually translate word derived from a Hebrew word meaning separateness, withdrawal. It is first applied to Yahawah and is early associated with ideas of purity and righteousness. The words holiness, holy, do not occur in Genesis, though implied in the dread which the presence of Yahawah inspires. But like I said, it says separateness. You see what I'm saying? Because YAHAWASHI told us of what? Be ye holy as I am holy. So when if you say you of the Holy Spirit, then that means what? You're supposed to be of a what? Separate spirit from what? The world. You're not supposed to be celebrating these false holidays, these holidays that was made while you was in slavery, but yet you still want to be equal with your enemy. You see what I'm saying? Like what's coming up, 4th of July. You was enslaved. You was in slavery. See what I'm saying? When America so-called got their independence, you was a slave. That has nothing to do with you. See what I'm saying? But yet you want to commemorate and celebrate this wicked holiday with who? With your oppressor. These Edomites. Why? Because you love your oppressor. A lot of you Israelites, hell, 90% of you Israelites suffer from what? Stockholm Syndrome. When you feel sorry for your oppressor more than yourself. You love your oppressor more than yourself. You start feeling sorry for them. Oh, there's some good Edomites. There's some good white people. That's Stockholm Syndrome. He steady gun butting you in your face. He steady Edomite stomping you out. You still feel sorry for your oppressor. You forget about your own feelings. You put your own feelings on the back burner for your oppressor. See what I'm saying? Integration was a mistake. That was the worst thing that could happen to Israel, man. So the first scripture I'm going to bring out is Leviticus 15:31. It says, "Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness." How do you separate the children from their children of Israel, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, from their uncleanness? By what? Giving them this truth, this word. But only the elect is going to separate themselves from what? The uncleanness of what? This world. What? You don't eat pork no more. You stop eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. You stop going to these whorehouses known as churches. You stop celebrating these wicked holidays. You stop calling yourself by these bywords. You see what I'm saying? You stop worshiping these false religions. You stop praying to Jesus Christ. You stop praying to Santa Maria. You stop praying to Jesus Christos. You stop praying to Buddha, Allah, Amun-Ra, Lady Shiva. The list goes on and on. Guadalupe, all this stuff, man. You stop praying to these false gods, these demons. You stop praying to Satan. You got some of our people that's Satanists, man. Believe it or not. You see what I'm saying? That's how you separate yourself from what? The uncleanness of this world, man. Goes on to read Leviticus 15:31. "Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them." How do you defile the Lord's tabernacle? Well, we just gave you examples. False gods, eating abominable food, doing abominable acts like what? Sodomy, which is homosexuality, which is being pushed in the civil rights movement. That's really the whole focus of the civil rights movement, was to push the LGBT community on the low. But they use you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans as the forefront, especially you Negroes. You was the face of civil rights. But when you look up that word civil, matter of fact, even though this is going off in some, I'm just going to give you the word civil right quick to make you think. Because everybody want to say, oh, y'all have nothing to do with the struggles of black people. Well, guess what? Actually, they do. Because why? When you look at the word civil, it doesn't mean this is a movement strictly for you Negroes. No. Civil. We finna get it right quick. Let's see. The word civil. All right. The word civil means civil, of or relating to citizens or to the state as a political body. It doesn't say nothing about Negroes only. No. It says civil, of or relating to citizens or to the state as a political body. Because even, okay, let's say on a carnal sense, when you're dealing with repossessing somebody's car, the police don't get involved unless somebody gets bodily injuries or threats to their life. Why? Because The police will tell you it's a civil matter. I know because I used to be a repo man. You know what I'm saying? Back in Little Rock, Arkansas, I was a repo man for this car dealership. So I used to repo people cars, and the police will tell you they don't get involved. It's a civil matter. So when they say it's a civil matter, does that mean it's a black only matter? No. It means what? It means of or relating to citizens or to the state as a political body. It says of or relating to legal proceedings in connection with private rights and obligations. See? Of or relating to the general population. Of or relating to the general population, not military or ecclesiastical. What is ecclesiastical? That's really spiritual. Matter of fact, let's look at that word ecclesiastical. If they got it in here, they should. Since they mentioned it. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Ecclesiastical. It says, of or relating to a church as an institution. See? So when it goes back to civil, it says, of or relating to the general population, not military and or ecclesiasticals. Why? Because ecclesiastical, meaning the church, has its own set of rules, which is what? The word of YAHAWASHI, this Bible. These are the laws, statutes, commandments that the Lord gave us on how to function in this world, in this society. Because why? We have our own governing body, which is who? YAHAWASHI. Then King David, then on down to the rest. You see what I'm saying? So really, because in the ancient world, we didn't go by the laws of we did when we got casted out of Israel. But when we was in our homeland Israel, we had our own set of laws. That's why the other nations was jealous of us. Why? Because we was a well-reputable nation of people. We was highly wise. We had a higher level of wisdom. We wasn't like brute beasts like them other nations. You see what I'm saying? Them other nations was retarded compared to us. See what I'm saying? Just like I'm seeing on the news right now, you got our people that's supposed to be ordained ministers. You see what I'm saying? Shaved heads, bald heads. The scriptures go clearly against that. In Leviticus, you're not supposed to shave your head bald. You're not supposed to mar your beard. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have hair on your head like I do, or a fro or whatever, and you're supposed to have a beard. If you could grow a beard to the best of your ability. Some brothers can't grow beards. That's part of the curses on this side. But if you call yourself an ordained minister, reverend, bishop, pastor, whatever you want to call yourself, you're supposed to follow the law, statutes, commandments of YAHAWASHI. But see, that's why we say integration was a mistake. Why? Because when you integrate with the heathens, going back to the word integrate, it says to form, coordinate, or blend into a functioning whole, to unite. So when you unite with the heathen, you act like the heathen. You talk like the heathen. You do what these heathens do. See what I'm saying? You're not being separate the way YAHAWASHI wants you to be. That's what made us a wise and understanding people. See what I'm saying? Because why? We were separate. We didn't follow the law, statute, commandments of the heathens. We followed the law, statute, commandments of YAHAWASHI. You see what I'm saying? So the next scripture is going to be Leviticus 20 and 24. I'm not going to make this long. I'm getting straight to the point just so you can understand why integration was the worst thing that ever happened to Israel, man. See what I'm saying? Leviticus 20 and 24 says, you gotta bear with me. I'm using a brand new Bible right now for this video. Leviticus 20 and 24 says, but I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people. See, the Lord has separated us from what? Other people. What are those other people? The heathens. Starting off with you Edomites. See what I'm saying? The Lord has separated us from the beginning of time. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Deuteronomy. The Lord never meant for us to integrate with these other nations, man. It always been separation. Why you think he destroyed the Tower of Babel? See what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 32 and 8. It says, Deuteronomy 32 and 8, it said, when the Most High, talking about Yahawah, divided, see that separation right there. When you divide something, you separating it. Just like you got candy. Let's say you got some peanut M&Ms. You want a certain color. You're going to separate, let's say you want the green ones. You're going to separate all the green ones from the rest of the bunch. So you're going to do what? You're going to place them and you're going to separate. You're going to pick your green out and separate the rest. Get your green out, separate the rest. That's what YAHAWASHI did with the nation of Israel. He took us from these other nations, these other 17 nations, and did what? He scooted them 17 nations all the way over to the side and focused on what? Israel. That was his pleasant plan. That's his vineyard. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of who? Israel. It said, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So who the Lord's people? Israel, you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans. So the Lord separated us, slid us over here, and pushed you heathens all the way over there. See what I'm saying? We always supposed to be what? Separated from these heathens. We always supposed to be what? Segregated and not integrated. But because you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans love this white man so much, you want to be integrated with him. Now look, now you're the face. Now see, Deuteronomy 28 chapter then came into play all over again. Now you've become a proverb, a byword, and a taunting reproach. You see what I'm saying? Now you're the face of what? Racial tension. Now you're the face of what? Riots. Now you're the face of what? COVID-19 and coronavirus. Esau is using you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans as his scapegoat to further his agenda of the New World Order. See, y'all think y'all accomplished something by you marching hand in hand. See, this Black Lives Matter didn't turn into LGBT matter. This Black Lives Matter didn't turn into everybody matters. When that was the focal point from the beginning, even back in the 1960s with the Civil Rights Movement, it was always about the gay community, man. They just use you Negroes as the poster child and try to make it seem like it was for your rights as a Negro. No, it was a right. The civil rights was a push for the rights of American citizens. Because remember, according to the Constitution, you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, you're only considered 3/5 of a human. So, see how Esau used you to further his agenda? And then use what? A Negro to lead you, Negro, because Esau knew you weren't going to follow no white man to march down through Selma, through Mississippi, through Alabama. You see what I'm saying? All the different, through Memphis, Tennessee. Esau knew you wasn't going to follow him. He the one beating you half to death. So ain't no way he was going to follow you. So guess what? He hired a flunky, Michael Martin Luther King, my bad. You see what I'm saying? To lead you people like what's his name? What's it do? Grandmaster Jay said to lead you off a cliff. And that's what he did. Why? Because you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans want to be integrated with this white man so bad that you was willing to get busted in the head with bricks while you walking. Oh, turn the other cheek so you could bust you upside the other side of the head with another brick. Just so you could think you had voting rights. They had to pass the Voting Rights Act, what, in 1965 or 66, for you Negroes to even be considered to vote. And this was after and during the Civil Rights Movement. Because remember, you were slaves. You see what I'm saying? So the civil rights has nothing to do with you. It's about what? The civil liberties of the American people. The what? LGBT community. But you Negro, Latino, and Native America want to be integrated with these heathens so bad. Now you taking on the customs of these heathens. Now the Lord is angry with you Negro, Latino, and Native America because you calling on sweet Jesus. You're not calling on YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. You fell for that trap when Esau filled your head up with the nonsense talking about the rapture. Well, we're gonna all be caught up in them mighty clouds of glory. Hallelujah. That's what you get for wanting to integrate with these heathens, with your enemy. Now he done led you off the cliff. See what I'm saying? Because you wanted to be what? Integrated. Next scripture is going to be Ezra, the book of Ezra. You Negro, Latino, Native Americans are not supposed to be rubbing elbows with these heathens, man. Ezra chapter 10, I'm going to start at verse 10. It said, and Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, ye have transgressed. And see, we coming in the stead of Ezra right now when we doing these electronic epistles, as brothers call these videos. We're coming in the stead of Ezra when we out there on the highways and byways teaching these scriptures. It said in Ezra the priest, because we're all being raised up as what? A nation of priests and kings. It said, and Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, ye have transgressed. What is transgression? Sin. You transgressing the laws, statute, commandments of who? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. So you're committing sin. Some of y'all are committing iniquity. That's sin upon sin. It says, and Ezra the priest, this is Ezra in the Bible, you know, in the Old Testament. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, ye have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. Because back then you wasn't supposed to take on these heathens as wives. See what I'm saying? But spiritually, you talk about it spiritually, y'all taking on these strange wives by what? Taking on these other church philosophy. By what? Calling yourself Baptist, calling yourself Pentecostal, calling yourself Episcopalian, calling yourself Roman Catholics, or Buddhists, or Black Conscious, or Egyptologists, or 5%er, or more science. That's taking on a strange wife spiritually. See what I'm saying? Even though some of you Negro, Latino, Native American physically have taken on strange wives, but we focusing on the spiritual aspect of this scripture right here. See what I'm saying? Because why? You wanted to integrate with these heathens. You want to be just like these heathens. See what I'm saying? Esau get what? Buzz cuts and piercings all through their nose and eyeballs and eyebrows, and you Negro, Latino, Native American want to do the same thing. You want to look weird just like these weirdos out here. That's why we say integration was the worst thing for Israel. See what I'm saying? Esau is making you Negroes wear these tight, nut-hugging pants, and guess what? Just so you Negroes could fit into this false sense of social status or economic status with these heathens, you wearing these nut-hugging pants too. Just so you could feel like you're being considered to be on some type of economic level with these heathens. Back in Ezra chapter 10, verse 10, it said, "And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them," talking to who? Israel, "You have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel." Because Israel was already sinning as a whole. All throughout history, you read through the Bible, Israel always wanted to be like the heathen. Even when the Lord parted a whole body of water and allowed you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans to walk through that large body of water, a whole sea, almost like an ocean, he parted it. You've seen the miracle. You've seen the chariot, the fire by night. You see what I'm saying? You've seen that. And the cloud by day. You've seen the chariot. You've seen the glory and majesty of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. And as soon as the Lord led you ungrateful Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans out of Egypt, what did you do? You start complaining. What did you do, Moses? Bring us out here to die? We'd rather stay in Egypt under bondage. Well, at least we got 3 hots in the cot. Meaning you got 3 meals and somewhere to lay your head and sleep. Because why? You wanted to be integrated with what? These heathens. You wanted to hobnob with these wicked people, man. And that's the mindset of you Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. You're not royal whatsoever, man. You don't have the mentality of being royal. You have the mentality of being what? Peasants, of being bums. Just like with the coronavirus. Man, we ready to go back to work so we can make some money. You were ready to go back to work and serve servitude and slavery under your oppressor. Just so you could be considered equal with them. So you get back to working to make your car notes that your oppressor owns. Like the scripture tells you in Deuteronomy 28 and 48, you got to go to your enemy for the one of all things. So you got to go back to slavery or working to pay off this Cadillac, paying $500 or $600 a month to your oppressor, which he's already pimping you because you working for free, because your paycheck ain't even your paycheck. You got to pay everything back to your oppressor. It's all a mental game that Esau is playing on you Negro, Latino, Native Americans to make you think you free and you not. But that's what you get for wanting to be integrated with your enemy. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. So when y'all out there marching and protesting and tearing the city down, guess what? Esau is still blowing you Negroes' heads off, man. Just the other day, 2 Negroes were found hanging. Then you got another Jake that got killed by the police in Atlanta. When you Negroes gonna learn? When you gonna wake up? You see what I'm saying? Back in Ezra chapter 10, verse 11, it said, "Now therefore make confession unto the Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI of your fathers, and do his pleasure." What is his pleasure? Follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Be separate from these heathens. It said, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives. See, separate yourself from the people of the land and the strange wives. We thinking about this spiritually. Those strange wives are what? Those other doctrines and philosophy. So you're supposed to separate yourself from the people of this land of Babylon, aka America, and from the strange wives, these other doctrines. Because you got our people under the doctrine of what? LGBTQ. I know. I got a son back in Arkansas that's part of the LGBTQ community. Son/daughter. You see what I'm saying? I've totally cut him off. You're wrong for that. Nope. I'll follow YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. I'm not wrong for that. I do what the Bible says. I abstain from all appearances of evil, whether it come from my loins or not. That's one thing you got to do as a man of the Lord, and take a stand for what you believe, man. That's how you separate yourself from the people of the land. See what I'm saying? and put away those strange. Why? Because the world will teach you, even though that's your child, you still supposed to accept them. No, that ain't what the scriptures say. See what I'm saying? Now I don't call him. I don't text him or nothing. I've cut him off. See what I'm saying? I don't sit there and just harass you, wicked, you gonna die. No. I just don't deal with him. See what I'm saying? And that's decisions you have to make as what? Being a follower of YAHAWASHI. See what I'm saying? Now my other son that's here at the house now, he's a man. See what I'm saying? He's not into that worldly stuff, man. He's a man. He's a young soldier for YAHAWASHI. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way it's supposed to be. Because the scripture said, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he get older, he shall not depart from it. See what I'm saying? You're supposed to train up your children in what? The law, statute, commandments of YAHAWASHI. That's how you separate yourself from the ways of the world. You don't integrate your family with these heathens. Yeah, they got to survive. They got to make it in this world, but they don't do what the world do. See what I'm saying? We don't celebrate no Christmas or no Thanksgiving, no. See what I'm saying? Hey, my family keeps the Shabbat, the Passover, all the high holy days. That's the way it's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? That's how you separate and not to integrate, because, hey, like we said through the Spirit, integration was the worst thing that could ever happen to Israel, man. See what I'm saying? Next scripture is going to be 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Finna make this quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Because when you're equally yoked with unbelievers, that means what? You've integrated yourself with these heathens. You've integrated yourself with these people of the world. Meaning what? You're just like them. Like the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Why? Because you're in league with these heathens, man. You share the same ideas and values of these heathens. See what I'm saying? Just like when the chip comes, guess what? A lot of you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans have integrated yourself so much with the heathen, you're going to take the chip also, and the Lord told you not to. He's not concerned with these heathens. He's concerned with his children, you Negro, Latinos, Native Americans. But you want to be down with these heathens so bad. You want to integrate yourself so bad. You want to march across the country with these heathens so bad so you can be integrated and be considered equals with these heathens. You're going to die the same death these heathens going to die, man. Scripture tell you in Zechariah that 2/3 is going to die. They're going to die by what? Fire. Fire. Huh. Like the song goes, you know what I'm saying? Because why? You want to be integrated with these heathens. You want to unite with these heathens, man. You want to drink from the same water fountain that your oppressor drink from. You see what I'm saying? You want to sit at the same table with your oppressor and eat his meal. You want to eat his pork, his calamari, his shrimp, crab, and lobster, his caviar. Just so you could, you could feel validated or worthy from these heathens. If a heathen wink at you, oh my goodness, I feel good. I'm considered equals with them. You see what I'm saying? No, that's not how it's supposed to go at all. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. It said, with what? Unbelievers. Those that don't believe in YAHAWASHI. Those that don't believe in separating themselves from the world. It says, what does it say? Oh, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness? None. Why? Because They're of the world. They're heathens. You see what I'm saying? Because why? They want to rub elbows with these heathens. You get what I'm saying? Last scripture, Sirach, chapter 16, verse 16. It says, his mercy is manifest to every creature. It said, and he have separated his light from the darkness with an adamant. So it said he separated his light from what? The darkness. What separates light from darkness? This light. Don't you supposed to be a light in the midst of this darkness? So you're supposed to what? Separate yourself. You're not supposed to integrate. You're supposed to segregate. See what I'm saying? So quit following the ways of these heathens and separate yourself and stop integrating yourself. You Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. See what I'm saying? So with that, Abba, Shalom.